Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Friday, March 3, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and make sure to watch it till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Also check out our Patreon if you want access our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link in description and comment section below. One more thing before we start, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link in the description and comment section below. Charlotte has been playing better basketball of these two teams as of late, but they suffered a big blow earlier this week when LaMelo Ball went down for the season with an injury. In the big scheme of things, it's not a big deal as Charlotte is headed for the lottery anyway. In fact, it may give them a better lottery pick. But for this game, it could make it tougher to beat an Orlando team that still has playoff hopes. The other point here is that the road team has won and covered in both of the meetings between these two teams this season. So take the road team, Orlando, in this one. Our team pick is Orlando. In the 3 games played this season, these two have combined to average 218.3 points per game, and all of those games have landed under the total assigned to each. The Magic are ranked 20th by dunksandthrees.com in terms of pace, based on how many possessions they average per 48 minutes. They will certainly slow the scoring down, and their defense does a decent job as well, allowing under 110 points in 4 of their last 8 games. The Hornets are without their number 1 offensive weapon and could be without their 4th best scorer. Meanwhile, their 2nd best scorer is bricking up shots on the nightly. The Magic have had 5 different players lead the team in scoring over their last 7 games, so they don't have a pure scorer who is consistent enough for them to know what you are getting. The under is 5-1 in the last 6 meetings between the two. Take the under. Portland Trail Blazers vs Atlanta Hawks. Both teams are cold ATS right now, losing 4 of the last 5. Considering the first game between these clubs was tight and their styles are similar, I think this game will be close too. I can't see either team pulling away because neither defense should be able to string together stops. Atlanta has struggled to cover at home this year, with a 13-17-0 record ATS in State Farm Arena, and I think that extends into this game, even if they win. It'll come down to the final few possession, and Damian Lillard is not a man you want to face in crunch time. Take Portland to cover on the road. Atlanta has gone over the point total in 3 straight games and 4 of the last 5. They have also gone over in 3 straight home games. Portland has gone over the point total in 3 of their last 4 road games. Atlanta and Portland currently rank 10th and 26th in pace of play respectively. Most signs point to a higher scoring affair. Look for this game to go over 239 points. Brooklyn Nets vs Boston Celtics. There is an obvious difference in talent throughout these rosters as Boston is the far superior team. There is a difference in the defensive output as of late, as the Nets are giving up 130 points in their previous 4 games, while the Celtics are allowing 109.7 points in their last 3 games. The ability to grab rebounds as a team is critical, and Brooklyn does not have the size to do well there as they are 29th in basketball, with 40 total rebounds per game, while Boston is 8th in the sport, with 45 total rebounds per game thus far. The Celtics have covered in each of the 6 meetings, so go with the Boston Celtics, so go with them to cover in this game as well. Our team pick is Celtics minus 11 points. Both of these teams have been shooting the ball throughout the season, as Brooklyn is 2nd in the NBA, with a 38.7 three-point percentage, while Boston is 6th in the sport, with a 37.9 percentage from beyond the arc. These offenses have been doing well in terms of scoring the basketball as of late, with the Nets scoring 116.3 points in their previous 3 games, while the Celtics are averaging 118 points in their last 5 games. The over has hit in 6 of the previous 7 games played in Boston against one another, so go with over 227.5 points here. New York Knicks vs Miami Heat. The New York Knicks notched their 7th straight win with an easy 142-118 home win over the Brooklyn Nets Wednesday. They made nearly 80% of their shots in a 47-point first quarter. They are on a roll entering this matchup with Miami, who is anything but hot. They have lost 5 of their last 6 games and shot 7 for 29 from 3-point range last time out. It has been ugly at times for the Heat, but this could be the beginning of a bounce back. Although New York is hot, the Heat were embarrassed against the 76ers and will come out with a ton of defensive intensity. Both teams are going in different directions, but I believe the Heat will rise to the occasion as they typically do after getting blown out. Take the Heat plus 1.5 points. The Knicks and Heat are 27th and 28th respectively in pace of play entering this Eastern Conference showdown. Miami averages the fewest points per game, with the 3rd lowest 3-point percentage in the NBA. They simply cannot knock down any shots, and combined with their pace, a lot of their games look like they were played in the 90s era. The Heat doesn't play outside of Florida again until March 18 at Chicago. They can avoid the play-in tournament by vaulting the reeling Brooklyn Nets for the coveted 6th seed, but it is a very crowded bottom of the conference, with teams jockeying for position. I like them to win here, and they will dictate the tempo with tough defense and, unfortunately, a lot of missed shots. Take the under 215.5 points. Utah Jazz vs Oklahoma City Thunder. I am going to ride with the Utah Jazz on the road as I see them covering the spread. According to dunksandthrees.com, the Jazz have the 6th highest adjusted offensive rating, and they are scoring the 5th most points per game. The Thunder won't be able to consistently slow them down, as they will slowly fall behind in this game. OKC has also lost 5 games in a row, and they are 3-7 in their last 1-0. They aren't playing great right now, and they won't be able to slow down the Jazz. The Thunder could also be without Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in this game, as this would be a massive loss. He controls the offense and is one of their best overall players. Without him on the court, I don't see the Thunder competing in this game. OKC is also allowing the 20th most points per game, and they have only held their opponents to the 19th lowest shooting percentage. The Jazz will find open shots consistently throughout this game, and I expect them to take advantage on the road. They are the better offensive team, and the Thunder is dealing with too many injuries at the moment. Pick the Utah Jazz to cover the spread in this game. Oklahoma City is 3rd in pace of play entering this Western Conference tilt with the Jazz. Neither team is playing particularly well at this juncture of the year, but that is not surprising since they were expected to tank this season. Utah is 24th in defensive rating entering this game, and they may be without some of their better defensive guards. This game will be a back-and-forth shootout, with neither club playing any semblance of good defense. The total number has gone over in 8 of Utah's last 10 road games. This should be an entertaining game from an offensive standpoint. Take the over. Phoenix Suns vs Chicago Bulls. I will be riding with the Suns, -6.5 on the road, as I see them having the advantage on the offensive end of the court. Kevin Durant is starting for the Suns now, as I see this giving them a massive boost to finish this regular season. They are also getting healthy, as I don't see the Bulls being able to slow down this Phoenix offense. The Bulls are 3-7 in their last 10 games played, as they haven't been hot as of late. They will continue to struggle in this game, as Ayton, Booker, Durant, and Paul will efficiently score throughout. Chicago will also struggle to efficiently score against the Suns' defense. According to dunksandthrees.com, the Suns have the 6th lowest adjusted defensive rating, and they are holding their opponents to the 4th least amount of points per game. The Bulls have struggled on the offensive end of the court, as they won't score enough points to cover this spread. Chicago only has the 24th highest adjusted offensive rating, and they are averaging the 20th most points per game. They will struggle to score against the Suns team, and they will slowly fall behind. Pick the Phoenix Suns and lay the points, -6.5. The defense has been the engine for both of these squads throughout the season, but there are paths to success for each offense here. The Bulls have allowed far too many perimeter shots per game, and that has been the bread and butter for Phoenix. Chicago has dynamic scorers in Lavin and DeRozan, who both are seemingly always able to find the bottom of the net. Each team is floating around league average in terms of possessions per game, and the Suns have the tendency to play a little faster on the road. The last 4 between these two have flown over this number, and we shouldn't expect anything different this time around. The play is the over. Over 222.5 points. Los Angeles Clippers vs Sacramento Kings. This is a really difficult spot for Los Angeles from several perspectives. The Clippers played 3 overtime sessions last weekend and are now having to play on the back end of a back-to-back after playing against Golden State in primetime on Thursday. They are led by several veterans who have been dealing with key injuries this year, which makes the back-to-back aspect even more concerning. Sacramento is riding a 4-game winning streak and could get Fox back on Friday, so I am happy to take the Kings on Friday night. They have gone 18-12 at home this season and are trying to end their lengthy playoff drought. Our team pick is Sacramento. The Kings will be able to reach 120 points on Friday night, especially after the couple of days rest they are on. But the Clippers' offense looked poor on Thursday night. I really doubt that they will be able to keep pace with the high-powered offense of Sacramento. The under is 5-1 in the last 6 meetings in Sacramento. Take the under 240 points on Friday. New Orleans Pelicans vs Golden State Warriors. With the Warriors playing on the second night of a back-to-back set without a couple of key players, I have to take the Pelicans. New Orleans owns the 9th best defensive rating in the NBA, allowing 113.0 points per 100 possessions. The Pelicans lead the league in opposing three-point percentage, 33.8%, so they certainly have weapons to deal with the Warriors' style of play. New Orleans is a top 10 team in both offensive and defensive rebound percentage. The Pelicans will attack the rim all night, and the Warriors' interior defense is far away from an elite level. Our team pick is New Orleans Pelicans ATS. The subtraction of Curry and Wiggins changes the formula for the Warriors. Golden State plays with the fastest tempo in the league according to dunksandthrees.com, but a large sample of those games included the 2 injured All-Stars. A Curry 3-pointer 5 seconds into the shot clock is a good look, but these will not be available on Friday. Golden State has gone under the total in their last 4 games. Thompson's threes typically come off screens instead of dribble pull-ups like Curry. The Warriors look for good shots more deliberately with this lineup. The Pelicans only rank 16th in pace of play and have gone under the total in 5 of their last 6. This is also the second game of a back-to-back for the Warriors, which could lower their scoring total due to fatigue or resting contributors. Take the under. Memphis Grizzlies vs Denver Nuggets. The Nuggets have won 6 of their last 7 games and 6 straight home games. They have played well offensively, especially at home where they are scoring more than 121 points per game while making over 52% of their shots. They do a great job finding the open man, and they were very aggressive on the offensive glass in their last 3 games, grabbing 11 offensive rebounds per game, which will give them more scoring chances. The Grizzlies have struggled defensively on the road this season, giving up more than 115 points per game, and will have a hard time slowing down the Nuggets in this game. The Grizzlies have won 3 straight games, but they've lost 8 of their last 9 road games. They have played well offensively on the road, scoring more than 113 points per game. They usually rebound the ball well, but their rebounding dropped off in their last 3 games, so don't expect them to get a lot of extra scoring chances against the Nuggets. They're also careless with the ball on the road, which will lead to easy scoring opportunities for the Nuggets, who average 8 steals per game at home. The Nuggets have done a good job defensively at home, holding opponents under 110 points per game, so expect them to keep Memphis's offense in check. Go with Denver to cover the spread. Our team pick is Denver Nuggets minus 5.5 points. Memphis is one of the faster teams in the league, sitting 5 HT in possessions per game. Their offense just handled the Nuggets and were able to get what they wanted. Denver likes to slow the pace down and sits bottom 10 in terms of possessions per game. Expect Denver to make defensive adjustments here and to try and control the paint in an effort to make Memphis win from outside the key. Memphis, likewise, has continued to be one of the better defenses in the league and will put pressure on the ball and stymie the ball distribution of Denver, something the Grizzlies did very well the last time they played the Nuggets. The play is the under 234.5 points. Minnesota Timberwolves vs Los Angeles Lakers. Keep tracking the injury report because Anthony Davis might miss his second straight contest. If Davis sits out, I would take the Timberwolves, who are capable of playing solid defense against this Lakers team. Even if Davis suits up, the Lakers will have to shoot the rock from deep very well to outlast Minnesota. LeBron's absence is a massive blow for the Lakers. Without James and D'Angelo Russell, Los Angeles will have to lean on Dennis Schroeder a lot, and the Timberwolves backcourt will all over him. Minnesota is 4-1 SU and 5-0 ATS in its last 5 dates with the Lakers. Take the Minnesota Timberwolves -1 point. Jaden McDaniels led the way for Minnesota last Tuesday, notching 20 points on 8 for 12 shooting from the field. Anthony Edwards had 18 points, 3 assists, and 3 steals, while Kyle Anderson posted 12 points, 10 rebounds, 3 dishes, and a pair of steals. Schroeder notched 22 points in the second half, while Troy Brown Jr. and Austin Reeves accounted for 19 points apiece. The Lakers went 16 for 35 from beyond the three-point line and 31 for 39 from the charity stripe, though they were outscored 60-34 in the paint. Our total pick is under the total.